Yeah, so we've pretty much confirmed at this point that you can only make great video game movies when they're about made-up video games, like Jumanji 2 and Jumanji and Ready Player One, and anything based on a game, don't do that.
Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the Oasis itself.
Ready Player One is directed by Steven Spielberg and it stars Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cooke, Ben Mendelsohn, Mark Rylance and Simon Pegg. So Ready Player One is like this dystopian future movie. It takes place in 2045. The entire world, they sort of live in this virtual reality called the Oasis, made by Mark Rylance's character James Halliday. And when Mark Rylance dies, he ends up giving out his will of if anyone finds this Easter egg inside the video game, they will control the Oasis. That happened in 2040. This takes 5 years later after that, and it follows Ty Sheridan, who's his character named Parzival, and it's how he is on his quest to find the Easter egg. Also, there is just a barrage of 80s and 70s and 90s references, as well as mid-2000s and even, you know, references from 1 or 2 years ago, like Overwatch. Overwatch is in there a fair bit. Halo, like, name it, it's in there. Alien, Chucky, The Iron Giant, Back to the Future, Akira, Star Wars, Batman, Batgirl. Like, pretty much the only thing they didn't reference were Marvel movies. Like, you've even got the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, which Spielberg also worked on. In the background, there's a Raiders of the Lost Ark poster. Like, there's Easter eggs from every single, like, most movies around. Like, it is a barrage of things. But I'll just say it plainly like this. I think Ready Player One might be my favourite movie of the year so far. Just because it's so fun and it's so brilliant at the same time. Now, I've read the book, and the book's completely different to the movie. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because they make it very apparent very early on in the movie. Like, if you want to compare book to movie, roughly 20% of the movie is about as similar to the book. They change things between characters, plot points, and how things end up, which is fine. It worked really well for the movie. Steven Spielberg's direction is fantastic. He does a fantastic job here. Like I said, probably his best form in the better half of a decade, maybe since Lincoln. Because what was there? There was Lincoln, Bridge of Spies, BFG, and then The Post. So yeah, definitely maybe Lincoln. Like, you know how if you take a character out of how it's special and you just put it somewhere and it looks maybe out of place or it just doesn't feel special anymore, you're just like, oh, it's Batman climbing Mount Everest. No, in the movie it's like, oh, that's Batman climbing Mount Everest. That's amazing. Spielberg's direction is so great that it manages to make every single character and cameo and Easter egg that comes up as an amazing idea. It still feels special the way he's done the movie. Ty Sheridan, he's great. He's fantastic. I think it's his best performance. It beats Mud. He's better in this than Mud. It's his best performance yet. He's really good. Olivia Cooke is really good. She was in Me and Elle and the Dying Girl, which I saw a couple years ago, but she's great here too. Like, the cast all round, the ensemble works amazingly. Ben Mendelsohn, such a good villain. He's threatening in the Oasis and in real life. Like, he feels like he'll actually do something. Like, he has consequences to the movie and for his actions. Mark Rylance is fantastic. It's his third time working with Spielberg. Like, he won an Oscar the first time, played a giant, he just played a giant actually. And now he's a godlike video game creator. He's fantastic. And Simon Pegg, he's great too. And then you get like these other little actors and actresses working in the movie. TJ Miller's in the movie. Like, I didn't recognize TJ Miller when he rocked up for a second. Like, oh wait, you got TJ Miller to play this character. That's so genius. Because not only is it sort of true to the character in the book, it's also a genius casting move. Like, TJ Miller almost redeemed himself for the Emoji Movie in here. That's how funny and good he is. He's great here. The visual effects are also outstanding. With the amount of times you're in the Oasis and it's pretty much all just CGI around, and you're doing that for a movie that's almost 2.5 hours long, it's a major concern of, oh, this might end up looking like really cheesy and really bad at some points. And at some points, yeah, sure, I can see that. The character H, special effects don't look the best on that at times. The two ninja characters, Dido and Sho, they're not the best at times. They just look sort of cheesy in the way they're animated, and that's perfectly fine because it fits in a completely computer generated environment. And those visual effects work really well because you understand, oh, this is just, you know, video game. Cinematography is great. The way they do like these swirling shots with the CGI around it. I really want to see a behind the scenes documentary on how they just got those shots to work so well in post-production and just on set, because it's fantastic. John Williams' music is also very strong, it's very great, and it works well with the occasional 80s song in there, which is also great and works well. And as far as flaws go in Ready Player One, I have one. It's a bit confusing at times. Now I say at times very rarely and sparingly throughout the movie, because it works, your first, like your major plot lines work very well. It's like these tiny supporting characters like T.J. Miller and the Ninja Brothers or whatnot. Sometimes they're a little bit confusing, like the Ninja Brothers, they're acting maybe not the best. But it's more just towards the end of the movie where you go like, alright, what's going on here? You're not explaining it well, but then it pays off in the end. See, then you go, oh, we're working towards this. Okay, you could have used better clarity here. With like at the end of the movie, you go like, well, still, what was happening here? Maybe that's just a deleted scene that was missing because this movie is almost 2.5 hours long. It could just be for time's sake. Ready Player One is a fantastic movie. It's, like I said, probably my favourite movie of the year. I'm still riding that hype after watching the movie. It could crash like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, or it could stay very high, just like Baby Driver. I will say though that Ready Player One, I'll buy it on DVD. Have you seen Ready Player One, or what did you think of it? What's your favourite video game movie based like on a video game? Not like Tomb Raider and Warcraft and whatnot. I'm talking like Jumanji level of, based on a video game that's made up. You know, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to become another part of Pie, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Well done, you made it to the end of the video. Why don't you click on one of these two videos for more content, or subscribe so just to be reminded of when I upload. Also, I've got a Facebook link. I don't have an external link to that because you've got to be part of YouTube's partner program for that. And I don't have enough subscribers or watch time to be part of the YouTube partner program. So, you know, subscribe. That'd be great.